All right. We know now that it's a done deal, right? That spending bill, the omnibus bill, the president later today signs it into law. We talked about it for weeks now. And we have found, close to 8,000 earmarks by lawmakers folded into this one piece of legislation, right? Cue that music. You know what it's time for? It's time for our Earmark of the day. 500 grand going to Marquette University in Wisconsin, a great school run by the Jesuits. They do terrific work out there. But did you know they're trying to learn how to turn human waste into electricity? We've been doing these for days now, and as always,
look at the graphic.
It might be a worthwhile project. We just question why all the spending in the middle of an economic mess. Why are you using taxpayer dollars for something like this? We've made countless phone calls to lawmakers in Washington. Yesterday, Robert Bennett, a senator from Utah, came on our air and defended the Mormon cricket provision. Today, Gwen Moore of Wisconsin, the congresswoman sponsoring this earmark, is here to defend it on her own terms. Good morning to you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Good morning,
All right,
Bill.
now I'm going to let you make your case here. What would this money do, $500,000 at Marquette?
Well, excuse me, my earpiece is
No
falling
problem.
out. Listen, this is extremely important. In the stimulus bill, we have $16.5 billion to try to do research on how to change biomass into electricity. And this is a program in the omnibus bill that is very worthy. I call it poop to power. To be able to use agricultural waste. Poop to power. Isn't that cute?
Can you hear me?
To be able to use waste products and to turn that into electricity.
Did you say poop to power?
Poop to power.
I got it. So you're going to take. I just want viewers.
Look at all of the waste that goes into our sewerage district, and of course, I live on a beautiful lake, Lake Michigan, and to be able to take those waste products and to use them to have bacteria break that down and turn it into methane, and to reduce our dependence on coal is extremely important in terms of reducing the carbon imprint. Wisconsin is dependent on coal at the tune of 70%. As a matter of fact, Bill, I had my very first asthma attack shoveling coal into our furnace when I was
Okay, now I gave you a chance to make your case. I think you did it quite well. However, okay, you got the algae off of Lake Michigan that you're trying to convert into energy. You're taking the cow manure from the pastures in Wisconsin and converting that. You're taking human waste, as you delicately described to us in the phrase poop to power. Now, I think Marquette's a great school. I think they've probably had fantastic alums who are giving a lot of money to that school. My question is, why are we paying for that? Isn't that what grants are for a university?
You know, we're not just taxpayers, Bill. We're citizens. And as citizens, citizens of the United States, we need to, number one, be the leaders in developing alternative energy so that we can generate jobs. In my particular community, there is very high unemployment. In some areas, up to 50% unemployment among the men in my community.
How many jobs would this create?
Also, well, I can tell you that 70% of our electricity right now is generated from the use of coal. And this would reduce, it has already reduced the need for electricity fired by coal in the South Shore plant.
But the 500 grand itself, how many jobs would it create? And I still want to get a solid answer to my question about a grant. Well, why not apply for the grant money and use that instead of, because you know what I see out there? I see every American household's making changes because of the economic climate, except for one, and that's the House of Congress.
You said, why wouldn't we apply for grants? I'll tell you why. Because the department is actually looking for innovative projects like this. And while the researcher is in place, why should they wait when their representative, me, elected by the people in that area, has identified a very worthy project, something that will make a difference not only in Milwaukee, not only in the United States, but around the world? Why should we be the leader? And to the extent that the department funded it, they didn't do it because they loved me so much, Bill. They did it because they saw it as a project that they are trying to
well,
encourage.
you're bringing it home. It's going to be signed by the White House.
There are partners.
I got you.
Not only the university,
I hear you loud.
Bill.
Okay. Okay.
Not only
I've
the
got to go.
university is funding this, but the electrical company is funding it as well.
Okay, Gwen Moore, thank you for coming on today. You're one of the few brave souls on Capitol Hill that accepted our invitation. We applaud you for that. Thank you, a Democrat from Wisconsin. See you soon.